man, I think I'm surrounded by favorites today. I mean, something so weird to definitely the man that has just won my heart last year, and sitting in front of my favorite person, one of the favorite people in the world. He's back in my studio.
Yes, man.
Mr. Nkosi.
Thanks for the invite. And you know, in South Africa, I don't do a lot of interviews. Like, unless you're really, really credible, like, I will not be sitting like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why Tina's speed dial.
Yeah, I know. His ninjas are cool.
Who am I talking to now?
It's, you know, it's like that whole thing is, it's for me, it's one and the same, man. You know, I was born Themba.
Yeah.
I became Euphonic.
Yes. And
like, when I started doing my overseas thing, I was like, I'm not going to start a new brand or a new name or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go by my name. Because the funny thing about South Africa, Themba's like the most common name.
Yes.
But the minute you fly out of these borders, it's the most exotic name. So if you look at it from a South African context, it's like, DJ Themba, come on.
Yeah.
Everyone is Themba, but overseas, you can, like, I'm the only Themba in that scene. And Themba's a very exotic name.
Sure.
Yeah. And it's a uniquely African name.
And everywhere you go, what does it mean? What does it mean?
It's just telling, you know, like the things that you're constantly looking for are right underneath your nose. Because I could have come up with like this like really like cool name or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you're there, Themba is like the best name that you can choose.
And that's the thing about it, that here you are. Why didn't you just go with Euphonic? I mean, it's already established, it's verified, you name it.
Look, the music world doesn't work like that. You know, in South Africa, you can be very open format. You can play from deep house to gqom to EDM, and South Africans are like, cool, DJ, make us dance. The minute you fly out of these borders, in the European scene and the American scene, they want to know, what do you stand for? And you can't stand for anything but that. Until you're at a specific level, then you can say, okay, I want to explore out. But that side, you have to be this, stay within the confines of those boxes, and that's it.
You don't need yes men and women around you.
No, you don't. You don't. And I've been very fortunate to luckily, man, and I don't know how, but surround myself with people who, if you think when I met Fresh, the level that Fresh was at.
Sure.
And when we started doing stuff together, and I was like, okay, how are we going to work this out? And he was like, no, like, you take half, I take half.
Let's do it.
You know, like with Nati, the stuff that we're doing now, it's like he's like at like an incomprehensible level.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you take the half, I take half. Like, let's work, let's make this thing better. You know, but our goals are always like, how do we help our country? You know, because the biggest thing, like from traveling, you realize is that like Europeans have dreams. Americans are constantly asking, what's the American dream? Guys, what is the African dream? What is it? Do you know?
Is she allowed? To be continued. Keep shining, my man. My guy. News up next.